Why do Taekwondo exist? This is what we will be talking about here in Taekwondo. Welcome to Taekwondo, my podcast here from Puerto Rico. My name is Grandmaster Jesus Alicea from the International ACES Taekwondo Federation. I am the president of the federation, and I'm just starting this podcast for you to be able to learn a little bit about the philosophy of Taekwondo more deeply instead of kicking, punching. I mean, Taekwondo is more than that. It's more than kicking, punching, and just techniques, stances, and stuff like that, competing in tournament. There's a philosophy behind Taekwondo, and we'll be talking about this philosophy during these episodes of our podcast. Because if Taekwondo were only about fighting, there would be easier ways to learn how to fight, you know. So I'm going to be talking about why do we need Taekwondo and why technique has a meaning, a deeper meaning, and it is not the goal of Taekwondo actually. Every Taekwondo technique has a function. You know, punching is power, a block redirects force, a stance creates stability. But none of this exists for their own sake. A punch without control is actually violence, and power without direction is chaos, and strength without characters is dangerous. We need character. We need more than punches, stances, and kicks. More than power and just energy. And energy and power can be used in many ways in a real life, like in a real life situation. Okay, not talking about a fight, because a life is kind of like a fight. Have you noticed this? Like, we have Taekwondo, we have kick, punches, and stances, and all of these techniques and its functions. But when you apply this to your life, I'm talking about in the context of family, in the context of the way the place in which you are working, in the workplace, in society in general, it has a deeper meaning, and you can use it in a different way, but with the same principle. You know what I'm saying? So Taekwondo does not begin with fighting. Actually, it begins with discipline, posture, breathing, and self-control. And when you talk about technique, you're training your body, but you know the process in which you are learning to do these techniques trains the person, because you got to get ready to do difficult stuff, and for that to happen, you're training your mind first. Before you're training your body, you're training your mind. And while you're doing balance techniques and punching techniques, all the techniques, you are training your mind. And this training will help you in every relationship with yourself and with others, you know. So stances have some kind of a similitude, you know. It's similar to life stability. Like if you take, for example, we learn quickly that without a proper stance, every technique will fail. That's what happens when we are learning those techniques and the proper stance. If your stance is weak, you lose balance, you lose power and control. Life works the same way. It's just the same. You need to have balance. You need to have power and control somehow. So, character is your stance, and you need to have a good character, and that's something you will learn through Taekwondo. Taekwondo is actually the development of a right character, of a good character. See, when your character is weak, success doesn't last. Power corrupts. There will be corruption when you use power. You use the power in the wrong way. Instead of leadership, you will try to control people around you, which isn't good, or manipulate people, which isn't good. See, pressure breaks you. You don't have character, good character. When pressures come, peer pressure, it breaks you. You start doing things against your conscience, your awareness. See, and that will destroy your life. That's why Taekwondo teaches us that before we move forward, we must first be grounded in reality and understand how things works. See, and that lessons has nothing to do with combat and everything to do with life. Though, as I said at the beginning of this episode, life is kind of like a fight. See, it's kind of like a survival fight. You're surviving peer pressure. You're surviving these difficult situations, the challenges that life will bring you. You'll find you'll face different kind of challenges throughout your life. See, and then we have control over damage. Like Taekwondo techniques are designed to be effective and even dangerous. So if you use Taekwondo techniques in the wrong way, you can even hurt yourself. Okay, but from the very beginning, we are taught control, and it's not about controlling others. It's about controlling yourself. Like the main struggle you have it with yourself, with your fears, with your ego. See, so we are taught control when it comes to technique. Like if we don't have control, we are doing sparring with a peer practitioner, with one of our team members in our school, in our academy. We can hurt each other if we don't have control. See, not every technique must be fully executed, because it depends on the context. Not every situation requires maximum force, and you need to have control of what you're doing. You cannot be just impulsive, and as soon as somebody insults you or say something you don't like, you'll start fighting, making an argument and having this attitude of trying to control everything around you. So it comes respect and a lot of other principles that will help you out, and you need to learn first of all to control yourself. That principle exists because Taekwondo is not about domination. It is about responsibility, and you need to have responsibility of what you do, of your own acts. See, of your behavior in life. Your words, your decisions, and reactions are techniques. Somehow you need to learn how to say things. See, in an assertive way, trying to communicate what you are actually thinking without creating confusion. See, your decisions must be based on facts, on an objective reality. Though there is subjective stuff around you, and then you have your feelings, and your feelings will somehow have some guidance. You have to listen to your feelings though, too. But main thing would be subjective, to think about what you're doing, your decisions, see, and how you react. And actually, when we're talking about reactions, you learn how to react. Reaction is not something that you do out of reflex. Reflex. You just react to something the way nature would go. An animal kind of reaction will come out of your behavior. No, you have to learn how to react to the different challenges you will face in life. So character is knowing when not to strike, even when you can strike, even when you can. Okay? Taekwondo was never meant to create fighters looking for conflict. We're not just warriors with this ego attitude around trying to show everyone who is the strongest. No, who is the one who should be feared of. You should be scared of this person or the other person. Taekwondo is not about that. It was meant to create disciplined human beings capable of choosing peace over strength. There's this slogan somewhere in the world around, like, peace through strength. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry if I sound like kind of like rebelled about whatever some kind of government administration is teaching, but peace is not found through strength. Okay? Peace is found through communication, through a good character, through being a respectful, tolerant, and objective person, reasonable person. It is all about having friends and trying to be cooperative with everyone around you, So technique will trains ability. That's what technique do. Character trains wisdom. And that is why Taekwondo exists. So I invite you to hit the button down below, hit the bell down below, and subscribe to our channel, and follow our different episodes. We're gonna keep on talking about this kind of subjects, philosophy of Taekwondo. There are a lot of channels, a lot of people talking about how to punch, how to do a good punch, some kind of stuff, a good block and kicks and stuff like that. We have plenty of those, but we need to talk a lot about philosophy, about how do you live Taekwondo, more than how do you use Taekwondo in a ring setting, in a tournament or in the championship, because your life is kind of like a championship. You need to win, and in order to do that and leave a legacy, you must work with your character, right? God bless you all. See you in the next episode. Taekwondo.